Oh no! Oh, sorry. I have to do this. Tarantula! I need to really share. No! Not Twilight! No! Not Twilight's dad! No! Twilight! Oh dear. Okay, time to go.
Hi, Jack. Anyone pull through? You kidding? I want to show you something.
No one pulled through in this joint.
Morning, Doc. Sheriff tells me you've seen something like this before. Yeah. You buying this accident business, Doc? Aren't you? Nope. I can't figure it. There isn't a skid mark. We plowed through the wreck and found the brakes still work. It's just like something grabbed the pickup and threw it 30 feet off the road.
That's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. What? Hey!
I can't understand why I didn't spot this stuff when I hauled those skeletons out of here and stacked them on the other side. They were here? Yes, sir. Why?
Well, that makes it... Well, you're tampering with evidence!
There doesn't seem to be any distinctive odor. Wow. Say, have you got a thermos or a jar around here somewhere? I think there's one over here. Same stuff we found at Andy's? Yeah, I think so. Well, that makes 3 then. 3? Here, stuff you saw yesterday in Andy's. Andy? His wife found him at the corral last night, dead. He'd been, like cattle and sheep. There's a couple of gallons of this liquid beside him. Wish you'd give me a hand with this, Doc. Stuff here I can't handle. Maybe there's stuff here none of us can. If I were you, Joe, I'd write this as a straight accident. If you print anything as vague as what we've got, you'll scare half the state to death. News is news, Doc. Yes, and the half-truths are news. Why don't you hold off till we nail this down tight? Maybe then you'll have the biggest story of your life. What have you got, Matt? I don't know. But we got to keep our minds open and our mouths shut till we do know.
Yeah!
We are, Doc. Thanks.
It's not liquid, it's dust. Dust!
Well? I'm not sure. It's impossible at this stage to give you a positive answer. But it's related to insect venom. Insect venom? Oh, come off it, Matt. I know. But it checks. Acidic content, the whole works. I'm not sure what kind of insect venom it is, but... Now, look, Matt, I'm willing to play ball with you, but there's a limit to what I'll swallow. Check it yourself, Joe. I'll show you how. Oh, you're having nightmares, Doc. There's not an insect in the world with that much venom. All right. Don't take my word for it. Get someone else to analyze it. Who? Professor Deemer. That's a good idea. I'll make a date with him. Take the stuff out, okay? Okay.
But then I'll get the business.
Don't you forget to let me know. Why won't you? Insect venom in the large economy size. I've heard everything. Give me Professor Deemer, will you, Josh?
Hello? Oh, hello, Matt. No, I can talk. He's upstairs. Oh, I was hoping you'd call this. Matt, I've got to talk to you. Well, he's sick, Matt. Terribly sick. It's his face and his hands. Yes. Well, I did. I asked him to see a doctor, but he won't do it.
Steve?
Stacy? Steve! Steve! Hang on! Blues are coming!
She hung up, Doc. You want me to try to get her back?
Hey. Well, you grew. Boo.
Hurry, Matt.
Are you all right?
Something's happened. He can hardly breathe.
Steve, get me some water, will you?
Don't you think we ought to get him to a hospital?
There isn't anything they can do for him we can't do right here. Give him some water, Steve.
There's nothing you can do, Doctor.
Don't say that.
Nothing anyone can do.
Start with Jacobs, Professor. He was the beginning.
Eric and I spent every waking hour on this ever since our days at Oak Ridge.
Yeah.
But he was an impatient old man. He was convinced that
Yeah.
occasional failure with the animals didn't necessarily mean that the nutrient would fail with humans. Then, one day, when I was in town, he and Paul injected themselves.
When did Jacobs inject himself, sir?
4 days before he died.
Acromegalia developed in 4 days.
The isotope triggered our nutrient into a nightmare. Then Paul went crazy and attacked me. While I was unconscious, he made sure that I wouldn't survive. But I continued the experiment, hoping that in the short time left to me, I'd be able to prove the nutrient would work. Oh, you should have seen them. You should have seen them. You should have seen them before the fire. They lived on nothing but our nutrient. Rat, 8 times normal size.
Ooh.
Guinea pig, big as a police dog.
Ooh.
Tarantula, lost, all lost.
What about the tarantula?
Burned. All burned. Sure.
Let's take him upstairs. He'll sleep for a while.
Is there any hope?
Here's something to relieve the pain. Give him one when he wakes up.
Where are you going?
Well, the tarantula. There's something I want to check on. I'll phone you when I get back.
Yes.
Just set it up, Gene, and you may go.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was a pretty accurate analysis you made, Doctor. And it is insect venom. Well, not precisely. It's from a species called arachnida. A spider? Well, a tarantula, to be exact. But I've never seen venom in such quantity before. You know, there's more venom in this test tube than you'll find in 100 tarantulas. You mean a tarantula that could secrete that much venom would be 100 times larger than normal? Oh, at least that. What would you say, Doctor, if I told you I found pools of that venom? 4 and 5 feet across, 2 to 3 inches deep. I'd say you'd been having a nightmare. Or that you're the biggest liar since Baron Munchausen. It's a nightmare, all right, Doctor. But not the kind you mean. And I'm not lying to you.
The tarantula film is ready, Professor.
Oh, thank you, Gene. Now, look, I know you didn't fly 200 miles just for a joke, but I simply can't believe all you're telling me.
Professor.
Oh, good night, Gene. Well, under the circumstances, we might find this interesting.
Yes.
That's the largest of tarantulas from South America. And it's only a foot in diameter with its legs outstretched. I know. Our Arizona species is even smaller. That's right. Not more than 3 inches in size. Now, there it is, coming out of its burrow. It's got 8 legs, can move faster than you think, which assures him of a long life, as long as 25 years sometimes. That's the spider wasp, tarantula's deadliest enemy. See, the wasp usually wins, but don't count on it because the tarantula doesn't know the meaning of fear. As you can see, he'll back down a rattlesnake if he has to.
Dude! Stupid.
They're flesh eaters, aren't they? Yes, and desert beetles are the usual diet. Those powerful jaws are strong enough to pierce a man's finger. There.
Ooh.
The venom is paralyzing the victim. Tarantulas pre-digest their food by flooding the wound with a powerful solvent so that the flesh can be sucked into the body. Well, that would account for the bones. And Dr. Hastings, your imagination is showing. So that's it, Doctor. How deadly is the venom? Oh, not deadly at all. About as poisonous as a hornet's. No fun, mind you, but harmless. The few deaths that have been reported are the result of germs entering the wound at the time of the bite. You make them sound like pets. Not pets, Doctor. Just part of the world about us. We must accept them as we do the rest of God's creatures. Each has a function in its own.
I'll be right back.